What first comes to mind when you think of confession? For St. Francis Caracciolo, it was joy. Francis had experienced the joy of going to confession himself. When he was young and battled serious illness, he promised that if he survived, he would dedicate his life to God. After Francis was miraculously healed, he followed through on his promise, and as he entered the God-religious life, Francis found the joy of confession, so much so that he wished he could just hear confessions already. As he wrote to a friend, "I still cannot hear confessions, since one needs dispensation to do it before the 6 months after ordination." Perhaps this joy is why Francis joined the oratory of St. Philip Neri, the patron saint of joy. Once Francis could finally hear confessions, it is said that he could read the hearts of those in his confessional, and already knew what they would confess. St. Francis Caracciolo understood the joy of confession. Do you? How do you feel when you think about going to confession? There are a few common feelings and misconceptions around confession. Let's address them today so we can unlock the joy St. Francis Caracciolo found in this incredible sacrament. First, we're afraid of going to a priest who knows us and will recognize our voice. We say, if he knew my sins, he would never talk to me ever again. But let's not kid ourselves. We're not that original. We're not going to tell him anything he hasn't heard before. Then we've got a culture out there that says, you don't need to go to confession. Our culture tells us you don't need to go to confession because sin and evil don't really exist. If you believe that sin and evil don't exist, watch your 10 o'clock news tonight. Sin and evil are real and they affect us all. Then we've got another group of people who say, I confess to God, but I don't need to go to confession to a priest. This comes from both Catholics and non-Catholics. If you ask them why, they say, because me and Jesus, we're buddies. I just tell Jesus my stuff and he forgives me. It's a nice idea, isn't it? The only problem with that one is it doesn't work. As human beings, we have a phenomenal ability, Jesus, why to deceive ourselves. We can convince ourselves of all sorts of crazy stuff. That's why this me and Jesus thing doesn't work. That's why Jesus didn't set it up that way to begin with. All these misconceptions about confession lead us to miss out on the amazing joy of the sacrament that St. Francis Caracciolo and just about every saint experienced. What's your relationship with confession at this time in your life? Is it time you discovered or rediscovered the joy of this great gift? What are my feelings around confession at this time in my life? What's preventing me from experiencing the full joy of this sacrament? I joyfully look forward to my next confession. Also known as St. Francis Caracciolo, Confessor, patron saint of Naples, Italy and Italian cooks, canonized May 24th, 1807, canonized by Pope Pius VII, feast day, June 4th. Thank you for viewing this video. Please like, subscribe and share with others. Rick Herring, leave a reply, logged in as admin, edit your profile, log out, required fields are marked, comment, notify me of follow-up comments by email, notify me of new posts by email. Team Hope Ministries.